Good morning, everyone. Steve Insider here. Wanted to put another video together sharing money mindset thoughts. So when I grew up, uh, what I was told is the corporate America needs to pay more. You know, really rich people need to pay more. Um, the other half of my family would say that money is the root of all evil. Blah 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 blah. I heard this for years, and so I started studying money and finance, understanding kind of this animal, this negative animal that I had in my mind, and then going to where I knew people that were wealthy or rich, had money, but they were happy, and they lived a different life than we did. When you're living and driving a caravan around, and you come up to a stoplight, and a BMW, brand new BMW pops up next to you, you kind of wonder, how do they afford the BMW? And then you look at your neighborhood, and you go up to the wealthy areas of where you live, and you like, how do they afford to live in that house? I don't know. So it was a matter of understanding money, and I would challenge any of you guys to do your homework on what money does. Money is a basic tool. It doesn't do anything unless you make it do it. If you don't make enough of it, that could be a problem, because then you expect your employer to pay you in order to live, and that's not how it works. Money operates on value. If you provide more value, you get more money. If you invest in yourself, make yourself more valuable, you get more money. As long as you're applying the value add to the marketplace, you're going to get more money. If you're working for a company and you're kind of ceilinged out where you're at, you either move up or you move on, but you got to add more value to the company. You have to show the bosses that you have more to offer and that you're worth being paid more. So if you want to take a leadership role, you learn how to be a good leader. You go get a leadership job, and then you start to become an even better leader, and you value add. If you're like me and you had a guaranteed job with a guaranteed salary, you start to realize there's a ceiling, and somebody's holding you back or deciding your future for you. And I got to the point where I was sick of that. I was sick of giving up 80, 90 hours of my week, of my time to make sure that our agency, if you will, was above board and the best of the best. And anytime a job promotion came up, I wasn't selected. And even though I had all the credentials, I had all the experience in my military experience in the leadership roles, there was no issue with that. I was one of the experts in the office. For some reason, powers to be said, no, we like him where he's at. He's really good at it. We don't have to worry about it. He's good. Well, the problem is I didn't feel that way. So what I did is I said, I'm out of here. So we got into real estate pretty heavily. I was already in real estate, but I really took a deep dive. And about that time, we got furloughed because of healthcare back in 13, I think it was. 2013 is when the government shut down for a month. Thank God I had saved up some money, so I had something to fall back on. And that was kind of the eye opener for me. It's like, you know what? I don't want to have somebody controlling my outcome. So I had to look at all this stuff, and I started putting money away. And then I'm like, I'm going to hire my own money to work for me. So I got in the stock market, started saving even more money, and I started realizing I wanted to go buy assets, real estate assets that paid cash flow. About that time, I ran across a guy named Grant Cardone, and Grant Cardone was special to me and still is, because it finally gave me, I guess, permission to accept me for who I am, because in a lot of ways I was like him, except I didn't do all the things that he did. But his approach, his candor, his demeanor, his vision, his ambition, that was basically me in a nutshell. And so I'm like, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to do this stuff. So I've just been learning and learning and learning and applying it, and understanding how valuable money is. Money, you get on the political side of things, and people say rich people need to pay more and pay their fair share. Well, what they're basically talking about is redistributing. They want wealthy people to pay a ton of money only to give it to the poor. So let me give you a little perspective on that. If the government gave, let's say the government printed $1 trillion, okay? And let's say that money was distributed evenly across the board to everybody in America. So y'all got your fair share, okay? Based on current habits and what we currently have done right now, all that money would wind up back into the rich people's pockets. And it would do this every single time. It wouldn't change. because habits don't change. Poor people don't understand how money works, and so they just spend money regardless, and they don't have a lot anyway. So they don't understand how to make more money. I didn't, and I was not quite there, but I was close. They demagogue rich people because they don't have what they have. But if you really took a mindset change and said, okay, I want to make more money. I want to live a certain lifestyle. So now we're building a purpose for the money. What do I need to do that? So some guys will get 2 or 3 jobs, invest in yourself, grow, get educated on some things, find a skill that you're really good at, open a business up, maybe go work for someone who's got some skills, go to a trade school. I mean, whatever you got to do to create skill sets for yourself, go make some money, start sacking that money away, and then start looking at things to hire to put your money into that will make you money. And pretty soon you start to see a shift in your thinking that, hey, this isn't all that bad. I mean, I got to sacrifice, I got to work really, really hard in the beginning because I'm not where I want to be. But eventually the work is going to be a little bit easier, and I'll be seeing a lot better return. So in the beginning it's hard, I get it, but the beginning is not forever. It's just a beginning piece. We all have a place where we start. So from my perspective, if you have a negative feeling on money, you're never going to make money. You're never going to have it. Money doesn't want to be in that realm. If you're positive and you're happy and you're working towards something and you're making money and you're putting it to use, you're going to have money trickle down, trickle down. Now the issue is, what's the purpose of the money? What am I going to do with it? So you stack and stack and stack. So for us, I'm looking at multifamily. We're going to buy multifamily this year. I'm stacking, stacking, stacking money right now because I usually put down 25 to 30% against a mortgage, or in this case, the loan to pay off the mortgage or the loan to pay for the multifamily. So what that does, it takes the risk off the bank. And my next step is going to be raising capital to build on that, and the capital will go strictly to multifamily that provides a cash flow to then I can disperse out, and I already have the ability to do that. I've been working with other professionals that have different skill sets to help us do all of that, so that's in play. So money is not bad. Money is a great opportunity. It's a great tool if you use it correctly. So if you work on a car, you got tools to work on cars. If you work on your house, you got the tools to work on your house. And that's basically what money is. Money is a tool designed to be put into place, like not on the bench, but on the field of play to make you a winner. And that's basically what it comes down to. So without further ado, if you're negative on money, you're never going to have any money. If you're great, positive on money, and you're trying to get there, you're going to get there. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment. I'm going to put some more videos out there that are more like value adds as far as numbers go, so you have an idea what's going on. But the money mindset thing's got to change. People have got to understand that money is not the root of all evils. That's absolutely false. It's the person who has the money who's got the root of all evil. Money's nothing more than a tool. And the last analogy I'll use is, you could have all the guns in the world, but if you never fire them, they can't hurt anybody and they can't shoot. They don't fire by themselves. If you have one gun and you've got massive mean intentions and you've got a negative and you want to do something really outrageous, you're going to do that because you have the tool, which is the gun, to do that with. I don't suggest you do that, but that's what you're going to do. So a gun can't operate by itself. It needs you. Money's the same way. Money cannot operate by itself. It needs someone to deploy it and make it do what it's supposed to do, which is grow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, share, and we'll talk to you later.